What up, gang? I'm Rob Level, and I'm a music artist just like you, and this is Smart Rapper. I want to thank you today for taking your time to watch this video, because I'm happy I get to help you learn today. That's what I do. Today, you're going to learn 16 tips on rapping that even people who've been rapping for a few years, they don't know. Because it takes a lot of trial and error to learn these things, and you have to be actively looking for them. And if you don't really know they exist, how do you find them? How, Sway? So this video is gonna help anybody, especially people who've been rapping for less than 2 years. Because if you're under 2 years, you're still considered pretty new. And no offense to anybody who's like, oh yeah, I've been rapping for 2 years, I'm not new. No offense, you might be better than everybody. But I'm the best. I don't know, but I still think you're gonna learn something from this video. You might not even need this channel after you learn all this stuff I'm gonna teach you, because you'll know how to rap. No. I can still teach you a lot of stuff. Smart Rap is not just about rapping though, it's about everything. Teach you the whole industry. So make sure you subscribe so you can learn, because this is just the beginning, my friend. Smart Rap is #1 for a reason, because we're #1 in helping artists just like you. It's just when you make it, man, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Rob! You better be holding that Grammy light. I'd like to thank Rob Level and God and Mama. But Rob Level first. I'm not playing, I'm about to help. Dang. And you're probably wondering, how does this guy even know about rapping? Yeah. Well, I'm Rob Level, a music artist just like you. And if you don't know how I know what I know, well, watch the intro. And you're gonna get smarter right after that. I'm Rob Level, a successful music artist that's been rapping for over 10 years. I've been posted everywhere from Complex to TMZ. I've had label deals, charted top 100, written songs for major artists with Grammy winners. On here, I teach you everything I learned in the music business. So as I learn, you get to learn too. This is Smart Rap. Okay, now heads up, everything I talk about in this video will be a free download in the description below. It's all the best free rap training. I'm gonna teach you about lyric writing, about rap flow. It's gonna be all the best free rap training that you're gonna be able to use every single day to increase your rapping abilities. I'll give you one for lyric writing, I'll give you one for rap flow, I'll give you one for speed rapping. I'm gonna give you all that for free. And it's all in the link below this video, so make sure you get that before you leave, okay? All right, now rap tip #1. I wanna start you with something that's going to alleviate a little bit of your stresses and your pains that you probably have as a music artist. Now, a lot of you might already know this, and there's the most simple one, don't worry, it starts getting really good on #2. But #1 for all you artists out there who don't know, if you're ever recording yourself rapping or you're making a song, it does not matter how many times it takes you to get it right. Whether you're recording the verses, whether you're recording the hook, it doesn't matter. And I say this to alleviate that anxiety that I know you have when you're recording on the microphone. You get this fear, right? Well, I want you to make that fear disappear, because every single time you record, do as many takes as you want. Do 100 if it takes it, okay? Because when you're recording a song, nobody knows how many times you messed up. People only get to hear the end result, how it sounds when it's finished, because people only get to hear the final version, the done version, the best takes. That's it. So don't stress when you're making songs, okay? Because you can take all the recordings you did and combine the best pieces of takes and all sound like one super take. I wanted to start you out with a confidence booster, but now let's get into the good tips. #2, when you're rapping or writing rap songs, all you really need to do to make it sound really good is to have 1 or 2 primary catchy melodies, the same pattern. And then you just rap with that same pattern the entire time, or you change the pattern every so often, then you can jump back to the other pattern. You look at somebody like Moneybagg Yo, you look at somebody like Future, you look at a lot of artists that are out right now, and a lot of songs, especially a lot of hit songs. All it is just generally about 2 patterns. Now let me give you an example of exactly what I mean, because you might not have ever noticed this before. I'm gonna give you an example using my song Dip and Dash, which is 1 million views, okay? It's a really good song, and the reason people love it so much is because it's the same pattern over and over. It's really catchy, and it really gets in your head. And if you listen to the hook of Dip and Dash, you'll actually hear what everybody else is saying about it, that it probably is the song that inspired Drake to make Pop Star.
Nigga, yeah, Drake? Drake?
But let me show you these patterns.
She go loud. Yeah. She go loud. Right. Everything on Yeah. I got that hustle and maneuver. Talk that trash, I'll be back, but I'll be with my shooter. My paint gets scratched, don't want that. I drive by from the Uber. Dip and dash, hit the pad, burn like Freddy Krueger. I don't get no fuck.
#3, if you really want to get good at rapping, you need to realize this. If you're actually trying to write music and write songs and make them really good, you're not supposed to write the lyrics first. You're supposed to find the melody and the pattern first. And that's why if you go back to #2, if you already have the pattern, you can write to the pattern, song's done. You just need that 1 or 2 catchy melody patterns. That's it. And you're probably like, hey! How do I do that? Well, this is how 99.9% of people, it's gotta be 99.9%, because I'm sure there's that one very small, minuscule amount of people who don't do this, but this is how the entire industry writes songs. Is that as soon as a beat turns on, they vibe, they find inspiration, and you learn how to harness this, and you get better and better and better at it. As soon as that beat turns on, you just have flows pour out of you that feels like this is what should be on this beat. Because when you're feeling, you're vibing, you're just letting it pour out of you, you're actually using the creative side of your mind. When you're writing lyrics, you're actually using more of your logical side of your mind. And your logical side of your mind is obviously not the creative side. And what's gonna make something beautiful and different and amazing is something that's creative. So, you know when a beat turns on and you feel that inspiration? That's that feeling that you need to learn how to use as a power. That's the power of a music artist. And when you can take that vibe and you learn how to let it flow out of you, you're gonna be making amazing music, amazing rap, amazing everything on a very regular basis. And this is where you're gonna get the primary flows that I talked about in the last one, okay? Because you're probably like, Rob, I can't freestyle, or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter, because it doesn't really matter what the words are coming out of your mouth.
After you finish, you just drop the mic and walk away.
Even if it's just gibberish and they're not words, the pattern and the rhythm and the melody itself can be written too after you have it. And if you're confused about what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna show you a video of me, my producer, and my creative director in the studio the other day when my producer's playing me beats. And you're gonna watch how I instantly, over and over again, come up with amazing melodies and flows off the top of my head as soon as the beat turns on. This is how everybody makes songs.
Bumming up, standing, stunning, I phone it, stunning, wanting. I came for something, nothing. I force it, dancing, dumping, and could be dumping. They said that I be nothing, and I be for me on something. I came from the bottom dirt, outside for the bottom certain. Used to have that $10 shirt, now I got that $100 work. I told y'all I do this, won't believe me, won't believe it. Now I did it, you bitch. Now I'm what you wish. I show up with all this drip on me. I just get the bag and then repeat. $100,000 on my reads. $300 is on my feet. I am brand new and I am unique. I'm no man, you cannot f with me. Talk to me, you better keep it brief. I'm a boss, I hope you boss when you do speed. $250,000 in the Gucci bag. I'ma send one and do the way I used to have. I ain't got another one doing what you moved to that. I'ma send it down, I was good, but then I moved to bed. I get the bag, gonna get it running fast. On the bag, you and y'all trash. I'm a dash and I'm stacking on my cash. On the bag, on the down, look, I'm higher than giraffe is. And I'm doing it like I had to. With your back, bitch, and I'm doing what I had to, and what it takes.
Interesting, right? But please note, the reason why I'm so good at it is because I've been doing it for a long time. I know how to pull out the inspiration. I know how to just create the flows for it. This is right off the top of my head. Every single time. Turn a beat on, I got a flow for it. Turn another beat on, I got a flow for it. And that's why I'm capable of writing over 20 songs in a day. God damn. And you can see that right there. Just comes out, I write it, record it, done. And if you don't believe me, in my Songwriting Masterclass, I show you how I make over 24 songs in less than a few hours. It's basically 15 years of my songwriting skills all packed into one masterclass. And I just released that, so you can get your hands on that. smartrapper.com/write songs. But please note, it is not cheap. It's like you going to music school all in one masterclass. I'm gonna put those links below this video. But I'll show you how to do what I do and how I make so many songs. You could be releasing a project a month, not just a single. Think about it. Number 4, to speed rap, just take your lyrics and say them at double speed. A lot of artists don't know this. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to speed rap by simply taking lyrics that you have and double speeding them. Now, if they ever don't fit, all you have to do is just change the way that the syllables are arranged by changing a word, changing the way you say a word, not that complicated. All right, I got a beat here from my right-hand producer, AG to G-Child, and I'm gonna use random lyrics, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, all right? So I'm gonna go normal speed flow, then I'm gonna show you how to double speed flow with the same lyrics, all right? Let's go. And them pressure paychecks ran me back to the safety. I'm a broken record, I repeat, don't play me. Rap groups turn me down, now they want features. He wouldn't kick it even if playing FIFA. Now watch, I'll double speed it. Pressure paychecks bring me back to the safety. I'm a broken record, I repeat, don't play me. Rap groups turn me down, they want features. We wouldn't kick it even if you play FIFA. Girls ain't used to want to talk to me ever, but leveled up and then he leveled up his leverage. Not that complicated. Just double speed what you're saying. It takes practice, obviously, to get good at it. But you see, I can just go, on a bunch of check and run it back to the safety. Now pressure paychecks bring me back to the safety. You're really just double speeding what you could usually do on normal speed. Now, don't get confused here. It depends on the beat that you're doing, but if you practice this enough, you'll get exceptional at this. You'll be able to do this all the time, which means that if you use the other tips I have, like contrasting, you could rap slow and then double speed. And you notice how much faster the speed rapping sounded after I did it on the slower flow. Okay, there you guys go. Super easy. Just read your lyrics over the beat. Just read them at double speed. You'll get it. All right, now after watching that, you know how to do that, right? It's fairly simple. Just double speed it and make sure it's flowing right. So here's another speed rap tip. As you write lyrics to be speed raps and fit onto a beat, consistently read and reread the lyrics out loud over and over again to make them fit better and better. And as you do this, you're slowly gonna take away syllables out of it that are making it feel like it's too rushed or doesn't fit. And if it's too short, you're gonna add in syllables, and eventually it just becomes, it's just speed rap. And here's another speed rap tip that you can use on any song, because I don't want you to worry or doubt yourself when you're making music. Like I said in number 1, you can do unlimited takes. And when it comes to speed rapping, it's a bit more complicated to do it in one take. And of course you want to do it in one take, but sometimes it takes more than one. But with speed rapping, it's okay. So you're just gonna do a bunch of the takes of the speed rapping, and then you're gonna piece together the best pieces, and it's gonna sound coherent. And I'm gonna show you in just a second what I'm talking about. But first I wanna let you know that when you actually piece them together, this also allows you to dub in the vocal. So that means that nobody's ever gonna hear a breath. You pretty much get to consistently speed rap and then dub it in as if you never had to breathe, because then it sounds even more amazing, right? Like, oh, he didn't have to breathe through that whole thing. You did, but they don't know that because they only hear the end product. So I'm gonna bring you to one of my sessions. I'm gonna show you me speed rapping and how I pieced it together and make it sound just like whoo, one take, okay? And you're gonna notice how it starts off at double speed, then I just go through, okay? It's pretty cool. All right, just so you guys know what the speed rap sounds like in the first place that I'm about to show you and what it actually sounds like in these different pieces, you're gonna see it blends perfectly. So I'm just gonna play it really quick for you. Let's do it.
Don't black out, I white out, my eye on the eye now, a night on right now. You about to find out, I'd rather die than the light on. Risking the rats, I'm be bitten, no shit, good day, good written. Listen, I'm living magician, the king and the prince, I got princess, but never a fiction. Listen, I was even better beats, make a mood on.
Yeah, cool. All right, cool, now let's talk about how I dub these in. All right, now I'm inside of a song where I have some speed raps here, and if you look at this, this is how you can dub in speed raps. So if you see the pink ones, right, the pink ones were all one of their own take, and then the purple ones are the dub-ins, where I was like, I don't like the tone of this, I don't like the way that I enunciated it, so I'm gonna re-record it and tuck it in. And you can see what happens here. So since these two are different takes, what happens is just these 4 words, I was like, I wanna say those different, right? So I recorded and I added those in there, and then the same thing happened here, and then the same thing happened at the end. And you'll notice you could really do it with as much as 1 word. If I really wanted to, it could just be like 1 word was added in right here. It doesn't matter. And in order to make them piece together, all you do is put a fade. So then you fade them together and it all flows perfectly fine, all nice and smooth, all together. It's very easy, so don't worry about it. You can do 50 different pieces if you needed to. All right, now you know you can dub them in when it comes to speed rapping. So don't stress yourself out next time you're gonna do speed raps. Just remember you can always record that extra piece and just tuck it in and fade it. It's gonna fit nice and smooth. There you go, let's get back to the video. Now really quick before we go to the next one, please, please, please hit that subscribe button for me and like this video, because I release a new video every day on here to help you not need a record label, to help independent music artists like you make it big. And I release a new video every day, so just imagine how smart you'll be and how good your music's gonna be if you're watching these videos I'm releasing on a regular basis. This is just one of the videos. I got 1,000 videos on this channel. Plus, when you subscribe and like this video, and if you want to comment below, it really helps the channel, which means that I get to help more artists just like you. And that means that together we actually get to change the music industry, okay? And that means just by you subscribing and liking and commenting on this video, you're actually helping me help other artists, which means that we together are changing the entire music industry by educating everybody to not get screwed by major labels and really be able to make it for themselves without the help of other people, so they don't feel powerless. We're all doing this together, so please subscribe, like, and comment below this video. I really appreciate it. Now, if you didn't think you had time to subscribe or like or comment, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to do it real quick. Little countdown. So please hit subscribe, like, and comment. 5, 4, 3,
on your balls,
2,
grab a handful.
1.
Go!
Rap tip number 5, stretch the vowels of the words you're saying when you're rapping in order to fill the lines and give it a different type of pattern and melody and rhythm. So this is super, super simple. When I first started rapping, I used to just say words, but what happens is when you're actually doing this, this is what's gonna start creating the flows for you. Because if I'm just talking like this, I'm just talking, right?
You ain't lying.
But if I'm just talking like this, I'm not just talking, I'm flowing, right? Right, because I'm stretching the vowels out, okay? That's all it really takes. You start stretching the A's, the E's, the I's, the O's, the U's. You start stretching these, You're gonna notice how all of your flows start changing, okay? So if you're currently being like, I can't understand how to flow, start stretching those vowels out every single time that you go in and you're rapping. It's really not that complicated. You just watch me do it, boom. Number 6, you're gonna wanna learn stressed and unstressed syllables. Now this is something that a lot of rappers don't learn in the beginning stages, but it's actually massively important, especially if you wanna speed rap. And also if you wanna make your music sound more like a pattern, because what's happening is a stressed syllable goes up. It's also considered accented syllables and unaccented syllables, okay? So what happens is this, if you're flowing and you're using a stressed syllable, it goes up, and then the unstressed syllable goes down. And then if you choose your next word or syllable to be the one that's stressed and it goes up again, then it goes down, what happens is you get this. What's this look like? Oh, that's a flow. That's a pattern, right? So you can actually write your words in a way that makes everything actually flow better. And most artists don't know that. So this is why when you're writing lyrics, you want to be able to swap in words for other words, because it's going to change where the stressed and the unstressed syllables are actually inside of the bar. Did you know that? And you may have already been doing this subconsciously, changing words to make it sound better as you rap it. And that's because you were subconsciously choosing the words that had the right stressed syllable or unstressed syllable in the proper place. Yes, sir. This allows the words to flow up and down when they come out of your mouth. And this is something I really heavily talk about inside of my rap flow course. So if you want to get your hands on that, smartrapper.com/rapflow, because that flow course will help anybody who's like, I can't find my flow. That's how you're going to be able to do it. All right, let's keep going. Number 7, do you always sound off beat? You're like, oh, why don't I sound on beat? This is so wrong. Well, check this out. Let's talk about the stressed syllables and the unstressed syllables. When you use and hit your stressed syllables, this is why it's important to learn it. When your stressed syllables hit on the drums, the kick drums, the snares, and you're hitting on that with the stressed syllable, that's what makes it sound like you're bouncing on the beat. And I didn't realize that for a long time. I was naturally doing it, but I didn't become conscious of it for a long time. So if you start getting really good at rapping and you're getting used to what the stressed syllables are, the unstressed syllables, and I know it sounds like a lot, I'm not trying to burden you, but if you learn these, you'll learn them fairly quickly. You'll just be bouncing on beats. You'll be so good at it, okay? And again, you may already naturally be doing this, but now you know why you're capable of doing this. So you need to get good at this, because remember, to stay on beat, you need to stay on beat. Bars. You need to be on time. So you need to be hitting on those drums, okay? Now I'm not gonna go into swing and talk about, other cadences and everything else like that. We're just gonna talk about this because you could get the swing on there by being slightly before or after the drums. That's a whole other thing, right? But first off, when you're starting out rapping, you wanna make sure you're hitting on those drums. It's really that simple. The stressed syllables happening on that drum, they're drum, drum, drum. Think about it. Flow. Now, number 8, this tip's gonna help anybody who their flow doesn't sound right and they don't even know if they're hitting on the drums. But check this out. If you're recording your songs and they seem like they're offbeat, they sound like they're offbeat, well, all you have to do in the software is cut the vocal and pull it back to be on the drum, like we just talked about in number 7. You can do that, and every rapper does this. You ever wonder why your favorite rappers always sound like they're exactly perfectly on beat no matter what? It's because the engineer takes it when he's mixing the song and he puts it on beat, so nothing ever sounds off. Everything is flowed right. So if you're flowing even close to being on beat, you can take it and just shift it back. It's very simple, and everybody does this. Even the master super professional rappers do this because they want it to sound perfect and tight-knit. We're talking about superstar level. It doesn't matter. Even Drake, Migos, Lil Wayne, it doesn't matter. This, I guarantee, this is used by everybody. Not every single time because they're seasoned artists, but this is something that happens probably at least once or twice a song, if not once or twice every 2 songs. It's completely common, and it's not wrong, it's not cheating, it's how you fix errors and mistakes that you made.
He ain't lying.
Because you may not even realize that you're off beat until you're already done recording. How you gonna fix it? You gonna re-record it? It's gonna sound off? Why? When you can just shift it over and it sounds perfect. Number 9, your voice is your instrument. You gotta remember that. Now, other people play guitar, play piano, some people play saxophone. I don't know who the hell plays saxophone nowadays, but that is the instrument that they play. As a music artist, you're not just a rapper or a wordsmith or a poet. You are an artist and you are a musician. You have an instrument. Your instrument is your voice. It goes into every beat. It lays on top of the other instruments. It combines and mixes with them. Your voice is an instrument, and you need to fine-tune your instrument. It's very important. That's why the voice is one of the most important pieces of your entire rap career. But don't worry, I'm gonna have another video on this channel that's gonna explain that in a bit more detail. It's gonna be called the only 10 rap flow tips that you'll ever need. But if you really want to accelerate your rap flow fast, like within a week, you're gonna want to get my rap flow course. smartrapper.com/rapflow. That'll change the game for you. But I got some more stuff to teach you, so let's keep going. Number 10, and this is gonna seem pretty simple, but you guys need to understand how to count bars. Like, I'm just gonna do this as a really quick one. You should already know how to count bars. Everything is made in 4/4 signature, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why when you write your bars, you write them in quatrains. They're written in 4 bars, okay? And every verse has 16 bars. Well, not every verse, but most verses have 16. You can do 8 bars, you can do 12 bars, you can do 16. I'm not gonna talk about song arrangement right now, but if you don't know how to count bars, you're exceptionally new and you need to just go learn how to count bars. Because also when you learn how to count bars, it's gonna help you learn how to stay on beat, all right? Which brings me into number 11. You need to learn how to tap your hand and nod your head to the beat. And not just quarter beats and half beats, I'm talking about the eighths or the 16ths. Okay? Because when you get good at that, that's what's gonna make you exceptional at your rap flow and getting used to how you're gonna bounce on these beats, okay? Because a lot of people get 1, 2, 3, 4, but what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get good at that, like you're always gonna be on beat. You're gonna be on pattern consistently and regularly because you know where the beat is subconsciously. That's why you need to get used to tapping it because it's gonna instill it in your mind. It's gonna hardwire it. So when you're flowing, you're always gonna be on beat. Think about that. And that's the only reason I even mentioned number 10 where you need to learn how to count bars because number 11 is so powerful for you when it comes to your flowing. Number 12, use pauses or silence pauses in order to build tension and also create different rap flows. Drake does this almost every single song, by the way, but you might not have noticed because you weren't really consciously looking for it or you just didn't realize what was happening or why it was happening. And that's what I'm about to explain to you. I used to think I had to fill an entire bar with lyrics. I had to fill the whole thing, otherwise I wasn't a good rapper. That was a huge mistake. By using a pause in a bar, meaning maybe you use half of a bar or maybe you don't start exactly when the beginning of the bar happens, you jump in a little bit late. These all give emotional feelings to the listener, and this is part of master songwriting, okay? You can create emotion in the listener simply by pausing in certain places or not saying something in certain places. It creates a tension. It gives them a suspense of what's coming next. Or if you're rapping slightly off the beat, it gives them a feeling of something's wrong here, but that's what your lyrics would also be talking about in certain songs. So when you can actually convey and evoke emotions in people based on how and where you're rapping on the beat and where you're pausing. And most people don't know that because that's songwriting stuff. And most rappers aren't thinking songwriting, but you're writing songs.
God damn.
So you can really make somebody feel your lyrics more if you're talking about real talk stuff, talking about storytelling. You can actually use these small tools in order to make somebody really feel your music more. And if you didn't know that, I'm so happy that I was able to teach you that because it's a big tool that most rappers don't know. And the reason why I'm saying this to you is because I didn't understand for the longest time that silence is musicality too. Meaning that it sounds good to the listener's ear. Just because it's silent and nothing's happening, you're not saying something, doesn't mean that something's not happening. Doesn't mean that they're not feeling something from it. Because you're a rapper, you're not also not realizing the production under you, the beat under you is making them feel a certain way. They're vibing with the beat too, so when you're not saying anything, that beat's still there, carrying that area.
Not bad to be light skinned, huh?
I bet you never thought about that. I know I didn't at that point. So those silences actually add just as much to your music as actually adding a lyric in that space. Seriously. So if you want, feel free to start writing those pauses into your actual music so that you actually start writing these patterns like this and so that you actually add a different type of emotion and feel into your song by writing the pause in. And also when you're freestyling, trying to find those rhythms, feel free to pause more often. Don't do a whole bar anytime you're rapping. See the suspense that I'm making happen? Think about it. As opposed to don't do a bar every time I'm rapping, see the suspense I'm making happen? No suspense there. Didn't make you feel something. The first one did. Smart rapper. Killer. Number 13 is gonna kind of leak back into number 12. So we're gonna talk about this real quick. When you're testing these to find these pauses and lengths that work, the way that you're gonna initially start doing this when you're rapping and writing is you're going to try by testing them. Kind of how I ended number 12. Because what's gonna happen is this, you're gonna turn a beat on and you're gonna try flowing just a couple words. Then you're gonna try flowing just a couple more words and you're gonna look for these patterns. So if a beat's on, you can go, now I know I'm the best. I'ma do it on the test. All these A's is all the best in moving. I got all this bouncing, grooving. See how I started adding more syllables to line when I get the third bar, fourth bar? Well, when you're testing these, you're gonna be able to find what fits best in the pocket of that beat, right? So you always wanna test. Just do a couple words, a couple more words. Does this work? Does this work? Yeah. All right, how about a couple more words? Okay, now let me alter how I'm saying these words and fluctuate them up and down. Does that work better? Should I stretch vowels to make them fit? I'll give you an example. This is all off the top of my head. Like, yeah, you know I'm grooving.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you know I'm fine.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know I got the moving. Yeah, you know I'm on time.
I like this one.
Right? So right there, I'm stretching the vowels out, and then I'm speeding up a little bit, but I'm still leaving a pause. Makes you feel it, then that pattern repeated. And that was just off the top of my head. Obviously, I write something better, right? But you see what I'm saying? And you can keep testing that, and that's how you're gonna find these patterns off the top of your head. And this is the type of stuff I teach you in my songwriting course. Link's gonna be below smartrapper.com/write-songs. And please hit me with a subscribe. I really hope you're learning. I think if you got this far into the video, you're learning. Please subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notified every time I release a new video, because I'm really gonna help you guys out, all right? Hit that like and please comment below. I really appreciate it. Helps everybody. Helps you, helps the industry. Let's go. Number 14, you can make any lyrics you've ever written fit on any beat if you just read your pad and freestyle them to the beat. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but let me explain. All you do is take your lyrics and you read them to the beat. You freestyle them to the beat, and you gotta be conscious when you're doing it. Is this line too long? Were there too many syllables? Or is this line too short? Should I stretch a vowel out to make it fit? Or should I add more syllables in there to make it sound better? It's really that simple. So if I'm reading something and there's too many syllables, okay, I'm gonna take out this one's not that necessary. I used another word I don't really need there, or I can swap words to use less syllables. Now it's gonna fit. So anything you've ever written will fit. You can even read them when you're reading. Sometimes you'll cross over a line, but it'll create this unique flow, okay? So you go over a line on accident and suddenly, boom, it becomes another flow when you're going. So you wanna test these, you wanna try these. And all you do is subtract syllables, add syllables. It's just basic subtraction, addition, and you can get really good at this. Especially in the beginning levels, this is gonna help you a lot. And don't forget to try to count your syllables. So it's either you're gonna count the syllables and be able to tell the count. It doesn't always have to match, but it needs to be within the number, usually within about 2, depending on the speed that you're going. There's not really a rule for that. It really comes down to what sounds the best. So when you're reading them, does it sound right? Is it moving? Is it flowing? Are you using the right words that are gonna be stressed, unstressed? Don't wanna overwhelm you, but you're getting these things in. I'm packing them in there. You're gonna remember, all right? Number 15, I messed this up for a long time, didn't realize that I was doing it because I was trying to be creative and overly unique. But you wanna match the end of every bar in order to appease the listener's ear.
That was very attractive to me.
So if you say your first bar with a certain ending to the bar, you need to make sure that your second bar and potentially a third and fourth bar, depending, are gonna match the same way.
All right.
So if I say something like, nah, I got the pasta with me, all right? I don't wanna say, bands on my hands like a lobster in me, right? So I'm stretching in the same way, but let me show you how it would be wrong. Nah, I got the pasta with me. Bands on my hands like a lobster's in me. Huh? I'm sorry. Doesn't sound as good to the ear. Same words, but didn't stretch the vowel in the same place. The pattern is different. It sounded like it could have been right, but it was slightly off, right? It's because I didn't match the same way the pattern ended. You have to end. The second bar needs to be said in a way that's gonna match and appease the listener's ear. So when you're writing bars, make sure that you're trying to match those patterns when you deliver them. Because I used to try to like, oh, let me try something else on the end here. This will be unique, right? Like, got the pasta in me. Like, nah, I got the lobster in me. Nah. Well, then again, I could do that pattern. It gets confusing because if you're writing 2 bars, one bar could be that, but you're gonna have to resolve it. So if the second bar did something completely random, the fourth bar is gonna need to be that same thing, right? So bar 1 and bar 3 can match, and then bar 2 and bar 4 need to match. But either way, there's a resolution happening. And I know that confused the hell out of a lot of you out there, but at the end of the day, it's just about this. You have to have that same pattern repeat at some point inside of that 4 bar or somewhere in there so that it actually appeases the listener's ear. Because if you don't, it's not gonna sound right. I just showed you that, right? And number 16, which looked like 151 right there, but you need to make sure that you find your rap voice.
You ain't lying.
We talked about this a little bit in this video, okay? Because it is your instrument. That's why I had to really go over it a little bit more for you right now. It's not just about finding your voice, it's about finding the voice range that works for you. So which range of vocal are you in? Because there's a bunch, and I'll put that on screen for you so you can actually see. Because I have a specific voice range, which means that when I deliver in that range, it sounds the best for the way my vocal cords sound. And I didn't know I was using the wrong range for a long time. So yeah, I was making good songs, but if I would have known to use the right range, the songs would have been even better. Way better. I didn't even know I could sing. And when I did sing, I sang in a low register. I was doing it wrong because I should have been singing up here. I was screwing up. Now everything I sing sounds amazing. All because I found the range that my vocals in. And aside from that, let's talk about you gaining a fan base. You are gonna gain a fan base substantially faster if you, from the beginning, first thing, find your voice, because your voice is what's intriguing and pulls somebody in. If you have a good voice, somebody's listening to you even if you suck at first, because they're like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, think about DaBaby's entire career. His voice is so cool. Think about any artist you like. What do you like about them? Generally, it's their voice, and then it's the rest of the skill sets. If their voice sucked, you wouldn't listen to them because it would annoy you. You have to find the right voice tone and the right voice range that you're in order to really be able to build a serious fan base. The sooner you learn that, the faster you'll gain fans, the faster you'll make better music, the faster you can make this into a career and quit your day job, all right? And tell everybody, look, I did it, you ain't believing me now, what? No, I ain't giving you no money, stop calling my phone. Change my number. So if you want to get your hands on my rap voice course, smartrapper.com/rapvoice. I'm gonna put all these links below for you, okay? Your free stuff, songwriting course, rap flow course, lyric writing course, all that stuff's gonna be below. And yeah, don't forget those cheat sheets and get that free stuff, okay? Also, you're gonna be able to check out my How to Rap course, my How to Rap Advanced course, just for going and get that free stuff in that link below, which are the cheat sheets you're gonna need to get better anyway. It's gonna be everything that's in this video all put together for you in a cheat sheet so that you know, okay, oh yeah, I gotta practice that one. Because if you don't get that cheat sheet, you know you're not gonna remember this stuff unless you're taking notes right now. And most people don't, so go get that cheat sheet, print it out, or have it on your phone. Every time you go to work on music, look at the cheat sheet. It's really short. Just look at it. You'll remember these things. So at the very least, go get that cheat sheet for free below. okay? And remember, everything that I teach you guys is unlike anything else anybody's teaching anybody online, because number one, everybody else teaching artists are not artists. They're not currently artists. I'm currently an artist, and I'm getting bigger by the day, and I learn more every day, and then that's why I teach you guys. That's what Smart Rapper is. I learn stuff as I get bigger, and I teach you, so you don't have to go through these mistakes and these struggles, and you get to really advance 10 times faster than I am, because you don't have to go and learn it on your own. So when I teach things inside of my master classes, I teach them in a way that I know it's gonna help you, because I'm actually an artist. I teach them in a way that is unique for the way that we think. Because in my mind, I was in special ed from 2nd grade on. I was in homes, behavior schools, all kinds of stuff. So like, I was always labeled as special, because my brain doesn't work the same way, and you're probably like me. We don't work like other people, because if you even want to be a rapper, you're not a normal person. You're not. You're a creative person. You believe in yourself in a different type of way. You want to do something that other people don't do. You're different. So you learn in a different way. And that's the problem, is that nobody else knows how to teach you, because they're not special like me and you are, right? And usually we used to get called special and it meant something bad, but then you start to realize, and I'm telling you, as you grow, you can go, wait, no, that used to be derogatory. That used to mean something bad, but then you're like, wait, no. No, I am special in a good way, because I'm not normal. I don't want to be normal, and you don't want to be normal. And that's the way that I make my master classes and my courses, okay? So I'll put all those links below for you guys, so you guys can check them out, okay? And at least just get the free stuff. And please hit me with a subscribe so I can keep teaching you with my crazy brain and my crazy mind, and help you get smarter, and help you grow yourself to be even more special. If you get bored, you can also check out my music. Just type in Rob Level on Spotify, all right, guys? Either way, get stuff below. Check out all the courses below. Check out all the other videos, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You have so many options right now. At least go get your free cheat sheet, all right? I'm Rob Level, this is Smart Rapper, and you just got a little bit smarter. Keep hustling, gang.
Hit me.
And I'll see you at the top.
Level. Ooh, I would've thought by now that I'd be way past these days. By now that my top be down on my brand new black Mercedes. Thought I would've made it by now. 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 Working 9 to 5, saving to survive.